Okay, we're going to try this figure 3 question 2a, right? And this time around, we are drawing in the first angle projection. So the view for the front view remains the same. The end view, even though it's looking from the right, will be drawn on the left. The plan view is drawn at the bottom. And the 45-degree meter line is at the bottom quadrant. Okay, so we'll approach first. I'll approach this problem by first drawing the the plan view, right, which is at the bottom. And sorry, let me do that. Let me draw it out properly again. And I'm going to draw the two circles that are here, and these two circles belong to the countersunk hole. Okay, and they both have dimensions of diameter 12, the smaller diameter, and the larger diameter is diameter 28. Right, so I'm going to change to a diameter, and I've got to change to outline. Okay, the first diameter is diameter 12. Let me zoom in. And the second diameter is diameter 28. Okay, and this represents the countersunk hole. Right, the next thing I'm going to draw is the radius, which is here. And this radius value is R54. Right, R54. Oops, I can change it to my radius, and the R is 54. Okay, with R54, enter. So looking at this, I need to keep this outline here, right? And this is where my mouse is moving. That's what I need to keep. So I'm going to trim this portion away. I'm going to draw next the top line, and this top edge is a straight line. Even though from this drawing it looks like it's in a slope or an angle, but when you look from the top, what you see is a straight line, and the distance is 42. So I'm going to draw from here across 42. Okay, now at this point 42, I'm going to draw a line that comes down. Okay, and the next portion that I'll draw is the half eclipse. The minor diameter, the minor axis is given as 36, right? The major axis actually shares the same line as the arc over here, and it's R54, so this distance here will be 54, right? So the way I'm going to draw it is I'm going to go to Eclipse. I'm going to choose this as the center, this is the end, and the distance for this is 36. Right, and I'm going to trim this away because I don't need this. And this is what it looks like. At this point in time, I can choose to mirror it across, so I don't really need this. I'll mirror it across. Enter. And the next thing that I'm going to draw is the hexagonal feature at the center over here. So if you were to look at the drawing, there is a half hexagon, right? So what will happen is that you probably need to draw the full hexagon first. Okay, and it's inscribed because it is 60 across corners, right? 60 across corners. So the radius is 30. Enter. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate this and select the center to click. Then what I'll do is I'll trim away this segment that I do not need at all. Okay, now what happens next is that this is actually a straight line across, right? And what I'm drawing is this portion of the drawing. Okay, so I completed this half hexagon. I'm drawing this line, and the next I'm going to attempt is the top slot over here. Okay, now at this point of time, I would like to just readjust my center line so that I do not forget. Okay, I do not forget that. So whatever that I can tidy, I tidy it first, right? And I'll tidy this. And this is what I have. Okay. Now if you look at the slot over here, it has a rectangular slot over here. It has a length of 18 millimeters and a breadth of 12 millimeters. So I'm going to draw starting from the halfway point, right? And that's here. And half of 18 is 9. So I'm just going to draw 9, right? It's okay if there is an extra outline. I'll delete that later on. So this one is 12. And then I go back down to the center. Because it's symmetrical, I need not worry about drawing the whole thing again. All I can do is select both of them and use the mirror command to improve my efficiency. Okay, and that's what it looks like. So because it goes through here, so there is nothing in this region, right? I have completed my plan view, and that is all to it for the plan view. And this is where I will switch over to the construction line, and I will create my construction lines, right? And I'll put vertical, and I snap it to the extreme of my plan view. Right now I'm going horizontal. Okay. And I'm going to offset by 20 millimeters. And I'm going to draw the 45-degree meter line. I'll just put distance of 200, tab 135, enter. Okay. What I'll do is I'll clean up the drawing, selecting everything and setting the draw order, bringing it to the front so that I can check and make sure that I didn't miss out any outlines. Okay, just want to be safe. Now your front view is going to be in this region and your side view is going to be in this region. So the next question that you want to ask yourself is, what is the height of the component? So when you're looking at this, you ask yourself, what is the height? The height from here to the top, and you can see it is 88. Okay, it is 88. So what I'll do is that I will offset by 88. Right, and then for the end view, right, it's a vertical line and it will intersect this point here. So my end view will be in this zone and my front view is in this zone. Okay, I'm going to draw my front view now, and the base of it covers the entire length, and I go up by 36 millimeters. Right, let me check my drawing. Yes, it is 36 millimeters. I go up by 36 and I go in, right, by the radius of 54. Then I will go upwards by 28 because it's given 28. So let's show you where I get all these data, right? 28 and 54. And next, it slopes. Okay, it slopes all the way up to the top here, and it ends in this portion. So I'm going to do a projection, and it ends here. Okay, and it goes across and then down. Right. Okay. And there is a center line that I'll draw for my countersunk hole. Starts from here. And it ends here. And the next thing that we want to address, okay, the end view pretty much looks like that. There is not much features. The next thing I'll go into is the hidden line. And the hidden line I want to address first is the hidden lines that's coming from the hexagonal feature. I'll start off from the base, drawing all the way to the back, and then I'll shoot up to the full height, okay, and then I will draw this portion all the way down, okay, and I will draw this line as well. How do we go about doing that? We can make use of projections. Whoops, sorry. This is the wrong drawing. This should be the drawing, yes. And I'm going to start my hidden line. And my hidden line starts off here at the base, okay? And it goes in all the way to this region. That's the first point, right? Or actually, what I can do is I can draw it all the way to the end, this corner here. And I'll project it up, this point, and it goes to the top, okay? Then there is this segment here. It goes to this top here, okay? And this is pretty much it, the hidden line for the hexagon, right? The next thing that I have to draw is the hidden line for the counter bore. And what I'll do is I will draw a line with my mouse here, and I can trace it going down. Just want to make sure, yes, I don't need to draw it all the way up, okay, because I have to draw the slope angle. And the other line, I will draw it such that it will start from here and it will end intersecting the top outline here, okay, so that I can draw this slope angle. And let me zoom in, and this is the part where it's going to be maybe say 14 millimeters, and the angle is 135, okay. Why is it 135? Because the countersunk is countersunk at 90 degrees, and if you work your angle, the opposing angle is 45 degrees, so it's 45 plus 90, it's 135. So when I get this angle, what I'll do next is I will trim away the excess lines, and I will draw the neck of the countersunk. I do not need this line anymore. And the next thing I'll do is I will do a mirror command, selecting all three, snap this to this, enter. And this is the front view of what I have, okay. The next thing I'll do is I'll move over to the end view, and the first thing I'll draw for the end view is the center line. Now, because this drawing, this part is symmetrical, I am going to just draw half of it. Okay, I'll just spend my time drawing half of it, right? And the end view goes up by this much here, 36. Then it goes in, okay? And by drawing half of it later on, I'll just mirror it across. I'm going to draw this line up next, and this line has a height of 28 millimeters. So I'm going to go up by 28, okay? And then it goes in, right? It goes in, but I'm not sure by how much. Because if you were to look at your drawing, you realize that the length is not given. Okay, the length is not given. And of course you can do the math. right? You have a cross corner from the center to here is 30, so you take 54 minus 30. You can do the math. But what we can also do is, I'd like to show you this. We can make use of projection. I need to zoom here, and we project from the plan view across to the meter line, and then we project it upward across. Okay, and this is where the line ends, right? And I'm going to trim it. Okay, that's where it ends. Now this part here, next I'm going to complete this feature. So what you can do is you be very disciplined about drawing. Try not to jump about too much. As you are drawing, focus in the vicinity or feature by feature. So you want you want to complete this feature, then you want to go up, complete the top, then you complete the hexagon, right? So we go at it step by step, right? So this is the feature that I want to draw, right? And after we draw this rectangle, what's next is I'm going to draw a part of this hexagonal line on a slope. And how I will approach this is that I know that it goes from here up, but the end point, I do not know where the end point is for this. Okay, and I need to ask myself, I need to study the drawing, and I need to know, and I know that from this point I know where this point is, but I don't know where this point is. But from your drawing, you know that I can project from the plan view, and I can also project from the front view. Okay, project from the end view, and I can project from the front view. So the front view, right, I'm going to do my projection in construction line. The front view, that point lies there. Okay, and from the plan view, the point is here, so I project it across and I go up, right? And hence this intersection point, let me not confuse you, and hence this intersection point is the end point of where the hexagon is going to be. Okay, and then it goes down to close this segment, and that's part of the hexagon. So when I'm looking at the drawing, I just drew this line that came down. Okay, the next segment is a straight line that runs across, and this is part of the hexagon as well. And I'm going to draw a straight line, but I do not know where this ends. Okay, because this is not given, the dimension of this is not given, and the dimension of the hexagon of one edge is not given as well. So again, I'll be making use of projections to help me complete my drawing, right? And I'll make use of my construction line, and this is where it starts, and I go across and I project up. Okay, then I will have this outline over here. Okay, and this long rectangle strip is this segment here. The next thing is a vertical line all the way up, and it stops at this point, and again this point is not known, and I can project it from my front view. Okay, the point is not known and I can project it from my front view. And what I'm going to do is go to the construction line, and I can draw a line across, and this is a straight line all the way up and across. Okay, and that is the rectangle cut out of the hexagon, which is shown here. Okay, now I've drawn all the outlines of my view, and I think I've not done this yet, so I should complete it. It goes all the way to the top, then it goes all the way here. Okay, and the next thing I'll do is I will mirror all the features. And what I want to do is I want to be careful that I don't mirror excessively, and I've selected the objects, so let me do it again. Right click to accept, and the mirror point is here. Okay, now once that's done, if you look at the hidden lines that are required, the hidden line comes from the countersunk hole, and I can copy it, use the copy command, and I'll select all the lines, right click to accept, snap to the base here, and bring it over to the bottom. Okay, and that's it. That ends my question number figure 3 question 2a. And at this point in time, some of you actually copy the template over across. Let me show you how it's done. You click the copy and you specify a base point, you click the template across, and then you say like, oh, or actually sorry, let me do that later. So you want to copy the template across and then draw another drawing, and but what happens is that the construction lines actually can end up messing the other views and make it look quite complicated. So one way to manage it is you draw a giant rectangle. Okay, it's an outline. Later on you should delete that outline, and then what you do is you trim. Okay, then you trim all across, trim all across. Okay, once that's done, you remove your rectangle. If not, you lose marks, and you can select all these lines to delete them. So then your drawing is contained, right? Your drawing is contained, and you can confidently copy the template over to this side. Okay, and then you can just focus on drawing on the next question. Alright, that ends my explanation. I hope you understand it. If you don't, just give me a call and I'll try my best to help you.